Hi, I'm Teresa at Travel by Books, and today I have a book review for you, The Poppy Fields by Nikki Erlick. And in The Poppy Fields, you meet two sisters, Ava and Alice, who were raised by their grandmother, May, after the tragic passing of their own mother in an accident. But the years have passed, and the two girls have moved in opposite directions with their life. Ava has remained at home. Ava is an artistic sort of person and has made a career for herself in the arts. Ellis went in another direction and went into the medical field, studying neurobiology. And after graduation, Ellis starts a treatment center, the Poppy Fields, to help people cope with loss and grief of a loved one. The treatment consists of being put into a deep sleep for 2 months in the hope that when the patient awakens, they will be not only well rested, but the grief that they have felt will be subdued, allowing them to move on with their lives. Ava has felt the loss of her sister. They were very close as children and young women, and she is hurt and confused as to why Alice has not responded to her or come home to visit in all of these years. Alice has been heavily invested in the poppy fields and has felt that she could not spare the time to come home. So Ava sets out to travel to the poppy fields to reconcile with her sister. And at the airport, a tornado comes and causes so much devastation and destruction that there is a complete ground stop and no planes are flying in and out. So Ava has to decide how she can continue her journey, or maybe she should just return home. At the airport terminal, Ava meets Ray and Sasha, who coincidentally are also traveling to the poppy fields. So they go in together and get a rental car and travel across country to go to the poppy fields. On the way, they pick up a young hitchhiker, a young girl by the name of Sky, who is not suffering any grief or loss. She is just traveling across country as young people do. During the car journey, the four of them get to know each other very well, and you get, as the reader, get to know their backstories, and they form a very close bond of friendship and trust. Ray is traveling to the poppy fields to find answers about his younger brother, Johnny. Ray and Johnny were firefighters, and Johnny has become traumatized by the things he has seen in their career. And Johnny traveled to the poppy fields and sought treatment. He underwent the treatment, and he was awakened successfully 2 months later, but shortly after arriving home, Johnny suffered a brain aneurysm and tragically died. And Ray is very, very angry, and he wants to go to the poppy fields to demand answers, to find a reason for why his brother died. Sasha is traveling to the poppy fields after undergoing the loss of her fiance only a few days before they were due to be married. And Sasha is, of course, grieving the loss of her fiance, and she's also dealing with guilt because she was having some cold feet weeks before the marriage, and she is one of these people who believes in the ability to put vibes in the universe. So she feels like that somehow her cold feet, her doubts about being married, has put vibes into the atmosphere that led to the loss of her fiance. So they travel across country, and they talk a lot, and they have some adventures along the way, and they eventually arrive at the poppy fields, and Ava is able to reunite with her sister, and Ray is able to ask his questions. But because of the time it takes them to drive across country and the friendships and bonds that they've formed, the three of them, Ray, Sasha, and Ava, they're no longer the same people they were exactly when they began the journey. And the answers they seek and the feelings and emotions that they have are not the same as when they started. And Ray no longer feels the deep anger that he had when he started. He no longer feels a need to seek out revenge. And Ava and Ellis are able to talk and reconcile their differences, and Ava is able to find out why Ellis seemed to be ghosting her and wouldn't respond or wouldn't come home to see her. And in the meantime, and this is a spoiler, Sasha has progressed to the point that she feels she no longer needs to undergo the treatment and that she is ready to return home and resume her life. And that is the wonderful thing about the book, The Poppy Fields. It is a journey of these three people through their grief and emotions and their anger, and how they are able to come out on the other side changed. And the book also explores, through letters and applications that people have sent into the poppy fields, the book explores the different ways that people endure grief and the thoughts and the emotions that they have and their coping mechanisms, and how people are able to come out on the other side of grief and resume their lives and find joy in their lives. And I hope that you will find The Poppy Fields and read it and enjoy it. It is not a self-help book. It is a fictional book. It's not a sad book. It's not meant to depress you. It's just an exploration of the different ways in which people deal with the grief and the unhappy periods of life. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and thank you for watching.